Thursday night marked the official premiere of the new CBS comedy series, The Great Indoors, and Joel McHale stars as a reporter who takes a desk job at a magazine after traveling the world. Now, the challenge he finds is adjusting to his new co-workers, most of whom happen to be millennials. Jamie Wax caught up with the cast in Los Angeles ahead of the premiere, and here's what they had to say.
We just had our most retweeted online poll, best outdoor gear for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, nailed it! Can you guess the #1 zombie killing tool?
Remembering zombies don't exist?
How is it being back in series television?
Oh my gosh. After my year-and-a-half layoff.
No, really? I mean, you've worked very steadily for over a decade.
It has been definitely hard. Well, I've never done a 4-camera sitcom, a multicam, as they say in the business, everyone.
Yeah.
So this is all new to me. It's like growing a tail.
To have an audience is fantastic, and you can feed off the energy, and then also in multicam, you can the writers come up with some great new jokes and they change it up, so it keeps it really, really fresh, which is nice.
I gotta get out of there. I just spent the last few hours faxing my resume everywhere.
Faxing, huh? Your pager didn't blow up.
You can feel the energy when an audience really likes it, and then you get surprising laughs when you didn't expect it.
Go back to your phones.
You have talked about what an influence on your work British comedy
Yes.
is. You have to be thrilled to be working with a British comedy legend like Stephen Fry.
He's the one guy that I'm not thrilled to work with.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's weird. He's just the one trapdoor. No, I couldn't believe he agreed to do it. I was confused. I say this in a lot. I was like, why are you you don't need it.
And I just thought, well, you know, how long does one live? To have the chance of participating in a thing like this is a wonderful opportunity, and I'll give it a go.
Be cool, don't touch anything, and expect to hear some casual racism.
The fact that Joel McHale was involved, because he's got that quality, that likability, just that affable, natural, relaxed quality that is 1 in 10 million have.
Okay, Jacqueline, why don't you start by telling these guys what the magazine means to you?
So I play Brooke, who is Stephen Fry's daughter in the show. I've been brought in to try and make this magazine a successful website, fun, young, and we've employed a load of millennials to do that along with us.
I may have completely misjudged this elitist, male-dominated private members club.
Brooke's job is to sort of help the millennials and the older generation communicate and find a way to work with each other.
Oh, guess who raided the freebie closet? Oh, Judas Dickinson who?
How do you feel about how your generation is represented?
I had no idea I was a millennial until this show, until I was working on the show. I always fought against it. I thought I was not a millennial because I always thought millennials was like they grew up with a phone in front of their face. And then I started working on this show and everything they were doing, I'm like, oh God, that's me. Bonus burn! I say lit. I say VVV tight, like very V, very, and like lit AF and all these things. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a piece of millennial.
The comedy in the show is a lot about millennials in the workplace with other generations. You yourself are a millennial.
I am, yeah.
What do you think about the way the show handles the generation gap?
It's very truthful. Everything we say it's very like, when I read the script, I'm laughing out loud. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, totally right.
Good luck with your curating and pooping and genital photos.
You know what I mean? It's none of this, I'm like, oh guys, we wouldn't say that. I'm like, dang, you got us down. You know us.
The show makes fun of millennials and Gen Xers and Stephen Fry's generation, which I'm not sure. I think they survived the Great Depression, I think.
You look like a walking bagpipe.
I think we are offend everyone. We do not discern or discriminate against who we are offending. Everybody will get it.
We only won 2 games that year.
You're holding a huge trophy.
Yeah, we got that because we all tried really hard.
It's kind of one of those rare shows where it's not just one particular pocket of society that we're representing. Hopefully, it's a really broad spectrum.
It's a family drama because it's about generations, and that's always going to be a family thing. So I feel like a father to Joel, who feels like a father to the millennials, you know? So we've got 3 generations going.
And my friend Jamie Wax is back from L.A. and with us now to talk more about the CBS show. Always good to see you looking dapper.
Great to see you. Well, back at you, my friend. My gosh.
And love the show here. You hear the cast talk about the various generations that are represented here. What makes them perfect for their roles?
I think meeting them and knowing what these artists do and their backgrounds, all these different performers, really makes it great chemistry, not just among the characters, but among the people playing the characters. I mean, to watch them interact. Joel McHale is an unbelievable smart aleck. I mean, you can't get a serious answer out of the guy. You know, everything you find you've been like roped in, and it's been one long extended joke. And to watch him play off of someone like Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who's very earnest and open as a person and as a character, is really enjoyable to see that chemistry happen. And then you've got Stephen Fry, who's a legend of English comedy. With Hugh Laurie, he created sort of the style of comedy we think of as contemporary English comedy. So you've got all these different styles going on among the generations of performers playing these multiple generations of actors.
Yeah, nice little cast of actors. The sitcom format dates back decades.
Yes.
Is there an audience for that now?
That's a good question. I mean, the numbers seem to support it. You know, this multi-camera live audience comedy is something that doesn't seem on trend with what we watch on streaming and what HBO is doing and things like that.
And got to follow the trend.
Got to follow the trend, but there is still a tremendous audience for it done well. I mean, when you look at shows like The Big Bang Theory, you can't argue with the number of people that are still watching it. It's still very relevant comedy. And it's a way when you get performers who enjoy bouncing off of audiences, like that do stand-up, it's a way for them to tap into that and for us to see it documented with that live audience element in the studio.
And you've been in the game for quite some time. Not that you're old, but you've been around for quite some time covering these stories. In your opinion, what makes shows like this, these type of shows here, successful?
I gotta say it's chemistry. I mean, as much as that seems like a mysterious thing, casting directors can spot it. This is whether people like this formula that basically, frankly, our network does very, very well with these shows, with these formulaic, multi-camera, live studio audience shows. Whether you like that formula or not, you can't argue with the casting of this show. This is incredibly well cast, and I think it's cast on that basis of finding interaction, tension of the right type, and chemistry between the characters.
I envy you, my brother. You have a cool job.
Oh, well, aren't we both lucky? Look, and isn't it strange? We're talking about a show that's talking about how everything's going digital on a digital platform right now.
On a digital platform. You gotta love it. It's working together.
There you go.
All right, Jamie Wax, always good to see you, man.
Great
Thank
to see you.